Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I want to share something that has really been helping me, but I'm sure somebody probably has already discovered this and I'm just coming around to understanding it myself. But one of the biggest life hacks that I've had in the past month or two is shifting the idea of what it means to like work and learning to actually like love work. So I touched on this in another video of mine. Let me try to remember the title. I think it was called like How to Live in Luxury, where I was talking about basically how like adapting the whole like soft girl life thing kind of held me back because it made me feel like someone was going to hand me that lifestyle that I really wanted. And not only that, but it put me in a state of mind where I was like, I don't want to work. Like, I don't want to work. I want to, I don't even know what I was thinking, but it basically held me back because I started not wanting to work. And I literally, like, I didn't apply that pressure that I literally have inside myself. Like, I've always been an ambitious person, really. And that's kind of how I kept moving forward in life. But it's like when I started thinking that way, like soft girl life, I don't know why, it just discouraged me from feeling like I had to apply that pressure. When the truth is that, like, your youth is those years, honey, that you need to be putting in that work, honey, because when you are obviously you can change your life at any time. It has nothing to do with age. But while you're young, while you have the energy, while you have the flexibility, and you are like literally setting the foundation for how your life is going to go, honey, like you need to work and you need to find a way to learn to love working, honey. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that. I don't know. I've been watching a show that they say that all the time, so now I'm saying it. But learning to love work again has really transformed my life and has made me feel more I don't know what's the word, but like fulfilled and motivated, and it's just connected with me with a part of myself that I totally forgot was there. And it's helping me live more authentically because it's reminding me that I can do these things, that I do have that, fire inside of me to like get these things done. So I've had to learn to love working again. And I want to encourage anybody who's watching this to find a way to learn to love working. And I know that it's not possible all the time to actually love your job. Like sometimes we just have to put our head down and work and like do what we have to do to meet our financial needs and our basic necessities, and that's not always going to be something that we're in love with. Like it just might be something that we have to do. But I want to challenge you to find things that you might like about that job, even if it's just that it's providing you a sense of security and it's meeting your needs at this time. You should be grateful for that capacity that that job has, because there's some people who can't find a job right now. There's some people who don't have work. So it's like you have to find a way to learn to love work. And even if it's not like your 9 to 5, right? Other things that you do outside of work, like for your own personal fulfillment. Like I know a lot of people have their job that they do in the daytime and then they have like their passion projects that they do on the side or after work. Maybe it's social media, maybe it's like whatever it is for you. Social media is it for a lot of people. It's like, okay, find a way to learn to love that. Like infuse your creativity and find a way to learn to love keeping up with what your goals are, and just have that like mental moment of reframing, because no one's going to hand it to you. No one's going to like give you the key to like being successful and just hand it to you like in a little golden box. Like you really have to like love the hustle. You have to love to grow and want it enough and badly enough for yourself that you're willing to do what it takes. And you're not only that, but you're willing to do it from a place of like, I love this, I'm going to keep doing it no matter what. And the thing about, I've learned so many like borderline like spiritual lessons from entrepreneurship. It's taught me a lot of things. And one of them is that like I've had to change the way that I think about work in general, because when you have a 9 to 5, right, it's a different way of working because you're getting paid bi-weekly most likely, and you have that like consistency. That's like the major pro of working a job like a traditional job. But as opposed to like entrepreneurship where it's like you have to work and you might not see payoff for a long time, But because you've been putting in this work over a long period of time, many times people don't even know how much work somebody has put in before having their success. You're putting in work before you're seeing payoff for a long time. Okay. So it's a different way of working. It's not the same as a job, but it's still work. So it's like different because it's teaching you to not be addicted to that instant, gratification in a way. And it's teaching you to learn to love working for the promise of a payoff eventually. And guess what? When you have a business, when you're in entrepreneurship, like it's almost like there's a different drive behind it because you need so much like motivation to keep doing something without seeing the payoff for a long time. Like you need to have like a deep core drive behind why. For a lot of people, it's, having that sense of security that like nobody can take away and just being fully dependent on themselves. That's what drives a lot of people in entrepreneurship. For other people, it's, purpose driven work. Like for me, that's mine. Like I love the purpose of my work, which is basically raising the self esteem of women worldwide. That's the whole mission of my channel. So that is like my purpose because, I heard this the other day and it's so true. It's like God doesn't bring you through stuff so that you can just keep that to yourself. Like he brings you through trials and different challenges in life so that you can go back to the people who are experiencing that and you can share them and help steward them. So it's like all of the BS that I've gone through in terms of leveling up myself and having to raise my own self-esteem to fucking, excuse my French, but like fight for this life that I have now. It wasn't for nothing. Like that's my purpose now in sharing all of these things on my channel. So it's more of like purpose driven work, but at the same time it takes a lot of like stamina and endurance because it's not the same kind of work that I'm used to with like a job. So I've had to learn to love work in a different way and just be more connected to like my purpose instead. So my message for today is to learn to love work if you're really trying to like have a beautiful and fulfilling life. And it's not that I'm anti soft girl. Like I totally like I love how there's been this reemergence of having to connect with your feminine energy like in the past few years. I've seen that trend, right? I love that because we've gotten so far away from that in at least like the Western culture where we have that hustle. And for a long time, I was in that state of mind because I was burnt out. I was too much in my hustle and I disconnected from another part of myself. So I did need to reintegrate that. But at the same time, you need both. You need that like softness and that, feminine side of you, that creativity and that like flowy state of mind, like to be in the flow state and be creative, but you also need structure and order, and that's where work comes in. And you better learn to love it because you need it. So it's like we have to train ourselves to learn to love the things that are helping us and serving us, and learn to not like the things that are deterring us in life. And if you have a resistance to working, and you just feel like you have that sense of entitlement where it's like you don't want to work but you want all of the fruits, like people say, all of the rewards of the people who have worked for what they have, then you're going to be in for like, a wild ride because that's not the way the world works. You get rewarded for your work. Things pay off over time, and it takes intentionality, it takes work, it takes even small steps every single day to see those results. And you cannot expect to have those same results, that same level of success, if you're not putting in some kind of work. It doesn't have to be like you're killing yourself, but it's like you can't expect to do nothing and then just be fed grapes and have a life of luxury. Like you literally need to like have a clear vision for your life and make it happen. And that's not to say that you can't be in your soft girl sometimes, that you can't be in your feminine energy and be like, in relaxed state. But it takes both. You need your flow, and you need structure, and you need order, and you need work. Even if it's not like a traditional kind of work, your art could be your work, okay? But even that takes a level of consistency and, you know, time dedicated to becoming better in your craft. So it's about reframing the way that we see work, learning to love it, connecting with a purpose, finding ways to integrate work that we actually feel passionate about alongside maybe something that's supporting us that we don't feel as passionate about. Like, it's up to you, personally, on a personal level, to identify what that is. But I shared a little bit of my experience in hopes of helping you. So if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and definitely check out my 30 Days of Empress Energy program. It's a 30-day program for you to upgrade your mentality and, most importantly, raise your self-esteem. So I basically share 30 of the things that have really helped me upgrade my mentality and my self-esteem in that program. Check it out. And I also have my More Than a Muse membership program live now. Every single month we do different areas of our life and we grow in there, and we do our journaling together. Aside from that, I have to get better at promoting this because I never share it, but I do offer private coaching, and the form is in the description below. It's a private Google document where you can fill it out, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can if you want to work with me one-on-one. Definitely leave me a like, leave me a comment if this topic helped you in any way. I feel like it definitely is one of those things that has really helped me and has really helped me just feel more like, I don't know, it just gave me more like pow. Like, I feel like a little bit more like zest for life overall, and I feel more driven, which is like honestly one of the antidotes to depression and anxiety, because a lot of anxiety and depression has to do with feeling a lack of purpose and this sense of like aimlessness and stagnation. And sometimes you need to light that fire under your ass to come out of that and focus and get that structure and order that you need. All right? Leave me a like if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.